Hello, everybody, it's Bendominator, and welcome back to another episode of the Bendominator podcast. Today, we're on episode 30 of the podcast, and like last week, we have a special guest today, which is Adrils, and hopefully his internet doesn't cut out this time, so he can actually be in the whole episode. But hello, welcome to the podcast.
Sorry, I'm here again.
Yeah,
Yay!
he's back.
They should just start calling this thing the Bendominator and Adrils podcast, like the
Yeah,
Gus and Eddie one.
really, because
It'd be very funny.
he's
I'm here
returned, and
I'll be here.
yeah, I unfortunately he cut out last time, so he's here again, which is awesome. And we're just gonna be talking about chapter 3 of this podcast because last week I didn't even expect chapter 3 to be out. By the time we recorded this again, and now that it's out, we're just gonna spend the entire podcast talking about it. Of course, I got some questions at the end that we're gonna answer. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about chapter 3 because, man, it's crazy, and I can't wait to. Right after I record this and upload this, I'm just gonna get on chapter 3 again because it's so much fun.
It is. One thing I'd like to talk about is I've already told you this, but so at school I normally have these. I have a group of friends that don't really like Fortnite, because they bad, not courageous. They just haven't liked the game since chapter 2, which is when I started knowing them. But like, not even like a month ago, or it was a month ago, or longer than a month ago, whenever they were talking about like season 8, and I was like hearing them talk about it, and I was like, all right, okay. And then today I'm just like sitting down and I'm like eating my food, and they're like talking about cranking 90s, and I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds like Fortnite. And then I'm like, so wait, you guys play Fortnite? And I'm like, since when? And they're like, oh, the new season or the new chapter came out. It's actually fun. I'm like, oh, I know about that. I've been playing Fortnite this entire time. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, so it's just crazy. It's a new thing.
People are talking about it again. I wonder if it's gonna be like
a big
cool
thing
to play Fortnite again.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think so either.
But like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna play. And one thing I also find weird is like, I understand like that a lot of people find out about stuff even if they don't like know anything about it. But like, everyone knows about everything that happens in like Fortnite. Like, what is up with that? Like,
it's just well, I mean, something's just kind of like hit the news, because Fortnite's so big that it's like if something crazy happens, it gets viral.
Yeah,
which is funny. Like it's still so relevant, but at the same time, it's so like it's not like it's mainstream, but it's not like as mainstream as it was.
Or what I mean by that, like good mainstream, is like not a lot of people are like, oh yeah, let's Fortnite. What's up in the new stuff? Like no one's more like previously. I think maybe into chapter 2, but like it isn't like it's big, but like it isn't big in like a sense of people like, oh, have you seen the new cool rock skin in the Fortnite?
Yeah.
Well, like they're like, did you hear they made the rock in Fortnite? And they're like, what? The rock?
It's just like memes and stuff at this point.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. But chapter 3, it's like, man, the game's huge. It's returning to like its roots. A lot of people on Twitter have been just talking about how much like how fun the game feels, and like it like talking about how this game hasn't felt this fun since chapter 1. And it's only been a bit over 24 hours, so it's hard to like fully judge the season. That's why I always say like first impressions when I do my videos on it. So this is all first impressions, but still it just shows. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like it doesn't feel like chapter 1 in the way you would think. Like it doesn't feel OG, but like it feels like chapter 1 in the way that it's better. It's as fun. It's as fun as chapter 1 was, if not more fun.
It's like a straight evolution of chapter 1. Like chapter 2, if you really think about it, it wasn't an evolution of chapter 1. It was more of the sense of, let us try throwing very random niche things. Like
it's kind of a downgrade. Like that sounds really harsh, but I feel like chapter 2 is kind of a downgrade and more like dumbed down version of chapter 1.
It is a very dumbed down version, I definitely say that, of chapter 1, but it isn't a downgrade because they did introduce a new map it is a very good map, or it was a very good map. I feel like it was very basic and they need to improve it.
At least like in season 1, it was really good.
Yeah, but with this map, it's like already so diverse. That's amazing about it. Like that, it's like already diverse and it's already very different, and it already has a bunch of new mechanics that we can play around, like IO guards, or not IO guards because they're not IO. The 7 guards, 7 guards.
The 7.
I love those guys. I actually think they become characters. Like I feel
I
like
didn't
they would just be like a fourth.
like it's again it expands like this feels like an evolution of chapter 2 more than
Yeah,
or chapter 1 more than chapter
one.
2 did. They're
Yeah, because
expanding upon chapter 1 stuff a lot here,
like yeah, but
which is really
like
cool.
this is more of like an evolution. Like they have evolution like with guns. The guns are different. Like with chapter
Mhm.
2, they just like put a fresh coat of paint and kind of called it new. Like they brought a new map. That's a fresh coat of paint. They just they changed how the guns looked and added
Yeah.
swimming. Swimming and fishing was the only big part, but fishing I really haven't done that since like season 4. So yeah,
Yeah. But again, it works here too. Like I
it
feel
does.
like I'm glad chapter 2 happened still though because it added
Yes,
a bunch of stuff that makes this chapter better. It just
like
feels
what?
like such a weird middle period of the game. Like now
Yeah,
looking back on it now that we have chapter 3, it
yeah.
feels so like such an awkward part
Yeah,
of like the
it
game's
feels
life.
bad. Yeah, for 2 years.
But
We lived
like
through that for 2
but
years, and we
like
somehow still playing.
it
It's
paid
like
off because now we
yeah.
have like the all the stuff that made chapter 1 good is expanded upon here and all the stuff that made chapter 3 good has returned or has stayed in the game because we have a bunch of cool stuff like of course fishing, swimming, a bunch of the new physics that they added, especially with like the logs and stuff, and then
Mhm.
just like
Yeah,
other things like sharks and even things from older
yeah.
seasons that came back. Like a big example is the that one little boat that can randomly spawn that they added in season 3, which is an interesting mechanic that actually brought that back for chapter 3, which is
Yeah.
something I didn't
Also,
expect them to do. And
I don't
like
know if you
vaults
mentioned
and stuff, and they reworked them in a new
yeah.
way.
Also, fun fact about vaults, bring in a chicken. They count as a player, I guess. I don't know how. They were just like, "Yeah, that seems about right."
Okay, you know
So,
what?
yeah, you can just do it with a
Okay, guys, we're having a mid podcast surprise.
chicken. Mid-quiz podcast surprise. uh,
Here we go.
uh,
There he is. Welcome to the podcast,
Advil.
Advil.
We started the podcast. This
Oh,
is just cut
oh,
into the middle. This is Rain. You're in the podcast now. This is being
Welcome.
recorded. I'm sorry.
oh, you guys started recording?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Ben
it's
thought it
all
was
good.
just
It's all good.
yeah. You said that
Oh,
like
We're
way
having
too
a
late.
surprise guest appearance.
yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
Where's
It's
my
all
now
fine.
now it's the Bendominator, Adros, and Advil podcast.
That's crazy.
It's insane, crazy stuff right there.
Pretty
But
crazy stuff right there.
I
pretty
guess we're just
crazy.
gonna continue. Yeah,
You called me and it sounded jingly for some
Yeah,
reason.
I
yeah.
was mentioning that
I don't.
earlier to
Yeah,
Angels before I started. The Discord sounds different. Anyway, let's talk about chapter 3 again.
yeah.
What are you
Chapter
saying,
Yeah.
Angels?
Um, I don't know if you mentioned sharks, but they added those back,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
still like as there's and they're actually cooler now because you can aim down sights with them. But that was always like that was a feature in season 7 they added, which is
Yeah.
weird how they added it
But
in
I like how
season.
they're still
Yeah,
there and I like how there's little bits of like old seasons. And I'm
yeah,
surprised there's so many little bits of like chapter 2 season 3 left in the game. Because
Yeah.
you guys know how
It's
much I love that season, and it's cool to see stuff from that still in the
we
game.
we have the pontoon and everything. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's awesome. And then even like chapter 2 season 2 got the vaults, you got the henchmen. They're reworked, so like they don't immediately attack you, which is amazing, but if you want to fight them, you can. Like if you want to go up to
Yeah.
the foundation and kill him for the mythic, you can, but he's not going to like he does the foundation doesn't attack you normally, right?
yeah. He
Yeah.
doesn't.
You have
Unless
to like
You have to.
engage.
unless yeah, you have to
And
engage
that's
or
great. That's such a better way to do it. Like if chapter 2 season 2 did that, I would have liked it a lot more.
yeah, like it would have made sense. Like if they it makes sense like it's a secret base, secret spy base, but also at the same time like they don't have like if it'd be more like if they instead of them spotting you, they like give you like a warning like they're like, "Hey, get away from here," or
Yeah.
maybe something like that. Instead
Yeah,
of be like, "I'm just
exactly.
gonna shoot you through the entire map and you're gonna
It's
I'm gonna
it
shoot you out of the sky."
it's so much better. Also, little tip, two tips actually about the henchmen. You can take them to the vault and it would count as another
Yeah.
player in solo
Same with
mode.
the chicken.
Yeah, I
said
saw
that
that you
earlier.
could take
Yeah, same with a
a
chicken.
chicken.
And if you want to save your bullets on the foundation, just build up, grab a harpoon gun, and harpoon him into the air.
Yeah.
It'll kill him with fall
Saw
damage.
that
That's
too.
funny.
But
Yeah.
he can sometimes get on your builds. I know that for a fact. It's scary when he does that. He then just
Well, then just edit him off. It's not.
well, no, he won't get on top of your builds. He'll just get right underneath you. So he'll break the bottom stuff with his meteor, and it's annoying. Very
Oh,
annoying.
That's
and
scary.
then
Yeah.
you die.
And then
Also,
you just
yeah, you die fall damage.
gone. That's
He
funny.
kills you the way you were planning on killing him, bro. Scary
Yeah.
stuff. But
You-
another thing. You can have multiple mythics and exotics in your tent. That is such a simple, but or not like that's such a simple and cool feature. I just think
It's so helpful because
it,
like I'm pretty sure I was in a fight once and I had my tent and I just pulled out fireflies because I had them in my tent and it
I
saved
think I
me.
was there, yeah.
Yeah, remember back in? That was
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Like the tents
I
are
need
just
to
such an
I
amazing
need to use the
feature.
tents better. I haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
I
like
just
some
such
med
an
mist in there, and that's about it.
I had like
exactly, yeah.
at like yesterday I had like 2 mythics in there, but then Ben destroyed my tent so I couldn't put back my mythic before we won, so I only got 1 mythic left. So sad, bro.
So
Yeah.
sorry. I'm gonna actually go on Do Not Disturb because the podcast is probably hearing Discord notification sounds. So
Oh, that
I
is
apologize if that's confusing. I'm now on Do Not Disturb. I should have done that at the start.
Oh.
thanks.
I'm not used to recording my desktop audio with the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
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 But overall, it's just been so much fun. Like
Mhm.
I'm honestly surprised, like
Yeah.
how
It's
good it is.
dude,
I
like
was
have
worried about
you
it before.
I can't wait for the
Yeah,
what is
same.
those writable things and the weather.
The
And
monsters.
have you guys seen that like thing near Greasy? It's like an alive pit of snow. It's like
I
really weird,
haven't.
like
Oh,
like
is it
breathing in and out. And I'm pretty sure that's what the
is that
little
where
dino
Tilted
thing.
is?
So I
Oh.
think there
Oh
isn't there
yeah,
only
no
gonna
wait.
be like one of the guy,
Uh,
and he's just gonna walk around.
No,
No,
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
there's
it's gonna be
or is there gonna
multiple
be
than one
multiple?
because in one of the shots where you're chopping down trees, like where the tree falls in the trailer, you can see a little dinosaur guy looking at
Yeah, but
you.
what
And
if he like? I don't know. I
but
just remember hearing somewhere around it's just gonna be like people referring to it as like
I
just
don't
a
know.
singular thing, and it goes around the map,
I remember
and it'll like
from the way the trailer
spawn in
described
different
it, they
places.
said there were multiple of them, but also the live piece of snow that Abdul was talking about, it's near Tilted Towers, like where it's covered in snow, and yeah, it is like buried under snow. So
All
until
right.
like the
So
snow
snow
level goes
melts.
down,
probably
yeah, yeah.
hibernating, honestly.
But Tilted actually will be fully out in like week 8, so eventually I think we're probably gonna see parts of it revealed, like like how it
Yeah,
was
I
in
wonder if it's gonna
Yeah,
just slowly come back. I just hope, I really hope with the whole Tilted thing that it's like a better version of Tilted, because not saying Tilted's bad. I think it would just be cool to
I
see
think
even more
I'm
yeah,
added
pretty
more
onto it
buildings or something.
and
I'm
That
pretty
would be
something's
sure
very
changed
nice.
a bit. Kind of like
it
how
may
Greasy was improved.
well, I think it may be like a new prefabs, but like the same like kind of like
Right.
how it looks. Like it looks the same, but it's like a new prefab a bit. Like so
Also,
the buildings look similar because
I
they're
I
exactly
don't think Greasy was improved. I think it's the exact same. It's just new buildings.
Well,
the
yeah,
same.
but
Not even honestly. There's still the gas
the
station.
gas station's new,
Yeah.
The
and
gas station and
some of the houses are, well, I don't
Also,
know.
I
I haven't
but
explored it fully, but it
they're
seems
improved,
a
but
bit.
yeah.
it's fresher honestly.
It
I don't know
seems a
why,
bit
but
more
it's much
interesting.
fresher.
Maybe my memory's just fuzzy because I haven't been Greasy in so long, and I barely even went there
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it was on the
exactly.
map. But
Yeah. Same. I don't know why
it
though.
feels different, and so does Shifty. Like Shifty feels pretty
Shif-
Yeah.
rearranged,
Shifty is different. I know there's like a bunch of caves in the
Oh.
mountains near
but it
Shifty.
also
It's
feels
really cool.
really
Oh yeah.
similar because literally the terrain. The thing is with the Tilted, it's the same with Tilted as well. The terrain is like almost identical. Like
Yeah.
Shifty still has that one mountain next to it, and they didn't do
All right.
that with the Chapter 2 POIs when
This
they
is
brought
probably
those back.
yeah, but I know this is a probably unpopular opinion, but honestly, I want Polar Peak back. I feel like it would have been cool if we had like a little miniature Polar Peak. I
I didn't,
like Polar
I
Peak.
didn't,
Oh,
I didn't, I didn't like Polar Peak.
I like Polar Peak,
I
but
thought
not
it
that
was
much.
I liked the
really
snow biome. I liked the snow biome in Chapter 1. I didn't like any of the POIs. I know that's an
really,
unpopular opinion. I just didn't like any of them.
really.
I didn't care for Happy Hamlet. I didn't care for Polar Peak. I didn't care for
I
Frosty.
didn't like the
the
other two, but I just like
yeah.
Polar Peak because it had nice loot
I
and
don't
Yeah,
know.
it
Polar
was
Peak,
fun.
in its prime was when it was all melted, and Frosty Floods was okay. I never went
And
happy though. I
I
didn't really
never
want
went.
to.
I didn't go happy.
I
Actually, I did
never
though.
landed the snow biome, and
Oh,
like I guess you could count Tilted and the half of Snobby in that one
eh,
area when it was in the snow.
I wouldn't, but
But
okay.
I just never really landed the snow biome. I liked
Yeah,
it. The terrain was cool. It looked nice, but especially now with Chapter 3, the snow on this map looks so much better. I
yeah.
love how the snow looks at some of these places like the log jam and like Camp Cuddle. It looks really good.
Oh wait,
Sleepy
hopefully,
Sound and stuff.
if Epic doesn't mess up like the snow terrain, so that then it's all that black stuff like it is in creative mode. They,
Oh
honestly, they
yeah,
probably
it just like turns black like the creative
That
glitch.
would be
yeah,
really funny.
show them peace of our mind.
But
Oh, that hate
Hope that doesn't happen, but yeah.
happens.
it's
Hopefully
just yeah, and I just hope the snow doesn't like completely go away.
yeah, because they're like leaked files
There's
of it just completely gone, which looks bad on the map, but like
It
I
doesn't
Yeah.
like
look
that.
bad necessarily.
It
I
doesn't
just
look
think it
bad, it just
looks
makes the map look less interesting.
Yeah,
yeah.
because like
It doesn't
it's
like ruin it for me though. Like I wouldn't like care that much. It's just kind of disappointing.
yeah.
But I guess we
Also,
can enjoy it while it's here. I mean, it's gonna be here
also
for a while, I bet. I'm
yeah.
guessing it won't be completely gone until either January or like just the next season of the game.
Yeah,
The next
probably.
season's coming out in like 4 months.
It's coming out in like March, right? End of
Yeah.
March, which is good. I think there's
Yeah.
gonna be plenty of content to keep this season interesting.
Yeah, also, something that's a leaked item is I don't know how it actually looks, but from what I saw, it looks kind of just exactly like the Storm Scout like thing, but I'm assuming that's not how it's gonna look. But basically, what it does is it's like a backpack. You put it on, and it will give you like shield, and it will heal you and also your team for like for only 50 shield. I'm pretty sure, which is pretty strong, pretty good.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like if it's a backpack, and it depends how it works, but it could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just
Good
a
enough.
lot of people are concerned already about like, are they gonna update enough? And I feel like as
Yeah.
long as like, there's a lot of cool stuff in the trailer we don't have the weather yet. We don't have the rideable monsters. We don't have the well, I don't know if they're gonna be rideable, but
Well,
judging by
they,
other leaks, it seems to line up. They're
yeah.
monsters. They're big. You'll at least be able to stand on them, I bet. So
Spider-Man
that's probably what
is
they mean. Uh,
Spider-Man.
yeah,
Might.
Spider-Man mythics are gonna be coming out. Hope probably soon. That'll probably be like, might even be before the next update.
It's December 11th. That
Oh,
release.
really?
And since
Or
I'm guessing they're gonna keep
12th.
the updates on Tuesdays, we're still like in the period of time before the season was even like supposed to come out, apparently.
Yeah.
So, because
Apparently,
supposedly it was leaked or it was released early. I don't
due
know
to
if that's true because of the trailer or if that's just leakers being like,
they're
oh,
just
we were
assuming.
wrong, so we're gonna say it was early. I have no idea. But if
Actually,
that's
for
the
me,
case and updates are on Tuesdays, then like
That's
yeah,
that's
we're still in the period of time that like nothing like I'm not expecting content on Tuesday because the season would have come out on Tuesday apparently.
yeah. But anyway,
But
after
maybe
that
next
topic,
Tuesday we'll get the Spider-Man mythics, and on the Tuesday after that we might get a new update.
well, I actually
I'll
think
be
it's gonna be like
interested to see
the
what
Venom
happens.
items. Like the first week of the season, they release the Venom items like after a bit, like after a couple
Yeah,
days. So that's what I think they're gonna do. I don't think they need a
I
big
think they'll
update
do a
this
patch
week.
next to, or not even a patch, but just like how they
I
do
think
those mini updates where they have stuff in the files that they just don't release until
yeah. Well, they're already in the
next week.
game. They just haven't been like
Yeah, well
changed.
they're in arena, but they're not supposed to be. I'm surprised they
Oh,
haven't disabled
well,
them yet.
no, they have.
Okay.
They
Well
disabled them
then
this year.
yeah, they're in the game. That's what I'm saying. It'll be
Yeah.
next Tuesday most likely because
Also,
they don't need to do an update to put it in.
on that topic, what do you guys think tomorrow's update will be? What do you think?
I can't wait for
I like
tomorrow's
didn't
update.
listen to. I had no.
Guys,
I
so
just didn't listen.
tomorrow's update, I pretty much want like 5 new POIs cuz honestly, like
The map's gone
there's like
boring.
the map's pretty
It's
boring. No, just kidding.
bad.
I'm
yeah.
just
The
kidding.
map got boring so
The
fast, bro.
map, dude. I haven't even landed
Yeah.
I've landed
I know,
everywhere,
right?
but I haven't landed any
Right.
POI more than once.
I've landed
Actually, no, I have. Well, I haven't landed
I
most
landed
POIs
this.
more than once.
I landed the sanctuary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. More than that, probably.
Yeah, I still don't
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to currently locate my main drop, but we'll talk about that later because once we get to the viewer questions, we'll talk about our favorite POIs.
Yeah,
But for now,
also, one thing I'd like to talk about is if you remember, like Hypex said something about there being like that weird like flapjack monster or something. Like it was like a very weird name for like a creature, and then like they said in the files, like Fire Monkey was like it's a monster that attack or it's a peaceful boss or something. But
It's
then like
called.
Hypex said something about it being it's neutral. So
Wait,
that I think
what's its name?
I don't remember what its name was in the files, But the monster that he was talking about, if you know what I'm talking about, that is the monster that is coming out. That is coming out, like the big writable one. That's the
Yeah.
monster. That's a
Yeah.
neutral. It's
I'm guessing
neutral.
he's just gonna be like a giant platform, pretty much. Like he'll
I'm
just
assuming
walk
there's
around, and then you'll just get on him. Like you'll just jump on his back, and then he'll just take you
well
places.
saddles are still in the files, which is kind of weird.
That would be
Also,
interesting. I mean,
another thing.
yeah.
Why did a lot of like not a lot of stuff, but I kind of felt like a lot of stuff like from chapter 3 got leaked like last season? What's up with that? What's up?
Probably because they started developing it, like
Yeah.
in
I don't think they
chapter
started.
1, season 7, or even earlier.
Yeah, probably like very.
They probably
But-
started developing it a very long time ago, which is funny
Yeah,
because they were
which
probably
is
doing like
like-
they were doing chapter 2, and they're just like, well,
Yeah. Well,
let's move
yeah.
on.
Also, do you,
Yeah.
We're done
do you
here.
guys, wait, just a question. Do you guys assume they made the like chapter 3 map due to like them be like, oh yeah, there's all these like POIs we never use, like Greasy, Knobby, or like, and you know, like what were the other POIs that you didn't use, like Shifty Shafts? Do you think they were just like, hey, what if we just add all those POIs into chapter 3? Or do you think they were like, God, let's not do that? Do you think,
What do you
what do you
mean, like
think?
from the
Or, I mean,
start?
yeah. Do you think it was from the start they were like, we should add all these POIs, but then,
I mean, probably. I
or
mean, they
like,
were
do you
probably
think
just thinking of good POIs that
they should bring
people
back?
would
Yeah.
like, because they want to always probably bring back some classic POIs each season, both for like the nostalgia of it, and then also just to have some familiar places on the map. Because
Yeah.
it's always good to have, for people who played back then, to have something familiar that they can go to and get a feel for the game before they start going everywhere new. That's
Yeah.
kind of why they did like Pleasant and Salty and stuff in chapter 2, to
I know.
have a few
Yeah.
familiar
Yeah.
places to go as well, and also just to keep the chapter 1 fans happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
So.
I kind of wish they didn't reuse those POIs in chapter 2 because they're very
Yeah.
honestly, they really have not changed for a long time. Pleasant
Yeah.
and retail specifically.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad they're gone now.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah.
And like
Also,
chapter 3 is a lot more effective because they brought back like some POIs that weren't as popular.
yeah.
Like
but,
Greasy, like some overshadowed POIs. Like Greasy wasn't really that popular, I feel like.
I
But
feel
now
like
that it's like been so long, people like it again. Shifty.
Same. Yeah. Same
been
with
so
Shifty.
long.
Yeah,
I
it's
shouldn't say that stuff.
just like it works, and like the nostalgia
Yeah.
factor is still there because people still have
Yeah.
fun memories of them, even if they're just not as popular as a lot of the other POIs. And then Tilted's gonna come back and just be huge, and
Yeah.
it might
Yeah.
ruin early game for a few weeks.
It may just. I feel like
I don't care about that honestly, but
It's gonna be
honestly,
fun.
I feel like currently the map is at a point where like everyone is landing, like it's like people are actually landing POIs for the first time, which is just incredible. Also, I feel like
Yeah.
people are gonna land Tilted, and then like after like a week, they're gonna be like, you know, this POI wasn't as good as I remembered it, even though I got to play it like in creative mode.
Nah, I think people will
This
like
really
Tilted still.
It'd be funny
definitely.
though.
Especially when
Yeah.
it's one of the only city POIs on the map. Like the only other one is Daily Bugle, and I don't
That
think
isn't
that
even
many.
that-
I don't think
it's
that
not
many
only
people are
three
happy with
buildings.
that POI.
It literally
Yeah.
is the buildings.
Also,
I'm surprised not many people have been talking about that one, and I'm kind
Yeah.
of disappointed by it personally. Like not
yeah, I
disappointed
don't
in it
know.
because I still like it, but just like
Yeah.
I'm not as excited about it as I expected to be when I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it because like there's only 3 buildings and it's inside of like a dilapidated volcano. Like
Yeah.
that makes no sense to me. I really
It
don't
was
know
a
why the
rift-
volcano's
it was,
there.
No, it's a rift bubble thing.
Yeah, I maybe whatever. I don't want to
It's
hear that. But also, what
Yeah.
I don't. So my main complaint about Chapter 2 was that there wasn't any good POIs to land at the end. But I don't know where to land on this map because there's too many good POIs.
Two good
Yeah,
POIs.
Yeah.
Remove them all.
I'm
Bad.
so unfamiliar
Ooh.
with it.
I know.
And I'm
I
like,
love it.
I'm excited to like get used to it and like learn it, but I'm
Yeah.
also gonna be really sad once I'm like,
You learn it.
once
yeah,
I
that's what
learn,
I'm
once I
thinking.
fully learn it. Like I want to fully learn it because I'm excited to, excited to know like, okay, this is my drop spot. This is my spot for when I want to play like this. This is my
Yeah.
spot for when I want high kill games. This is when my chill spot. And I've kind of started to figure that out. Like so far, like if I want a nice familiar spot, I go Greasy. If I want a nice chill early game spot with like especially in squads, but also kind of hectic. I haven't really gauged it too much. Sleepy Sound. If I just want a bunch of kills at the start of the game, Coney, like easy.
Yeah, Coney is so
Coney is
popular.
it's so much fun, dude. I love Coney so much.
It's so
Oh yeah,
hectic.
dude, I'm so confused on what POI like people are talking about because I've landed there one time and I was like, that's a really
Oh,
good
dude, we gotta
POI.
go Coney
But I
Crusher.
only
It's Coney Crusher. It's awesome.
It's
Ben's like,
insane.
it's so
It's
good.
like
It tastes so good. No.
it's like the Salty
Besides,
Springs of this map. If Salty Springs was like a good place, like it isn't
Yeah.
a neighborhood. There's
Yeah.
only like 2 houses. The rest of it's just like
There's like a bunch of little
buildings, like
shops. There's like a
just
little
shops and stuff.
construction area. There's like a
Gas
there is
station.
like an
It's
apartment
nice.
building. There's a garden center.
Also, one
It's
thing
so
about
cool.
this map already, there's a guaranteed llama, one location.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
I
for real?
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember we went there on accident, and I like spent some gold on a weapon so I could kill the llama because I'd have a weapon, so I needed to spend gold on an exotic, and then I died, and then you guys died because Ben got cleared in the head and didn't realize it as he was
Oh
reloading.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
then he
because
blew me
the
up.
on
because
half
the
build.
boom sniper. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then he
and
blew me up.
it blew you
yeah,
guys both to hell.
That was really
that
fun.
was really funny. Honestly, I
Yeah.
kind of, unless you guys have anything like else major to talk about, let me know. But I really just want to play the game, so I might just hop straight into the question round because we've been
Yeah,
recording
wait.
for like almost 30 minutes
I
already.
just want to say one final thing about Chapter 3 that I find really cool.
I hate this.
And this is another complaint about Chapter 2.
Oh, I hate that game.
Chapter 2, I know, okay, so I feel like it was meant to be
It's a
more
good-
modern than Chapter 1, because it had, like,
Yeah.
all the highways, it had all these, like, town POIs,
Roads,
but, like,
yeah.
I feel like Chapter 3 feels way more realistic, because it has so much parking, so much more gas stations and houses just scattered around. It has a bunch more roads, in my opinion,
Also,
and honestly, it just feels more realistic, and I really like that aspect of it.
I realized this
Yeah.
before Chapter 3 came out, but Fortnite stopped doing the random houses in the middle of nowhere thing, which I understand that doesn't make any sense. Why would someone build their own house like way out of nowhere? Like there was still some, but there were very less. Like there was
There were
less.
like 1 by 1 houses or
Yeah,
like
Or just,
weird,
like, small little
like
houses.
but now
buildings that
there's
were so
actually,
uninteresting that I didn't want to
but now there's
go there.
actually like much more like little like POIs. Instead of you're just running around in the open, hoping to go to the next like big name location. Also, another thing about this map, it's so big. Like, I don't actually know if it's like bigger than Chapter 2. It just feels
No,
bigger because
I think it definitely is,
Yeah,
yeah, but
also,
and
like
chapter
also
1 as well.
yeah, but also if you, I think the only evidence I have for this is POIs are more spread out, and also if you look on it like on the map, the POIs look so small compared
Yeah,
to like if
yeah.
you look
and
on
some of the
Chapter 2,
POIs are
they're so
huge.
big. Yeah, and they are really
Like
big.
Sleepy Sound and
That place
specifically
is ginormous.
Sleepy Sound and Condo Canyon. Those POIs are giant.
And they
It's
look pretty
so
small,
cool.
honestly. That's like the size of
And it's
Pleasant.
good
That's
and it's
smaller
like
than Pleasant.
yeah, and it's like a good gameplay implication too because those POIs can be really popular, but if you spread out the amount of like the POIs more spread out, so the players will spread out,
Yeah,
so you don't like die instantly most times.
and
Which is why I'm
also
hoping Tilted is bigger because Tilted is kind of small and compact, which makes landing there way. But I guess that's the cool part of it. I
from like
guess.
the
Yeah.
image I saw, it just kind of looks like these like same old tilted towers.
Yeah, but again, most of it's frozen, so we don't know. But I'm guessing it's going to be pretty much the same. Hopefully, if you
Yeah.
need buildings, hopefully, like I just want it to be a bit larger because I like how big the other POIs are. They feel very spread out, and it just
Yeah.
makes it so if there's a bunch of people landing there, they're more spread out. So well, the POI may have like 5 squads there. You're not all dying off the start, you know.
Yeah, because it's spread out. Also,
You get time to actually loot.
the amount of since this map is so spread out and there's so many different houses and stuff, like you can go anywhere on the map and you'll probably find loot.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing in my
Well,
opinion.
one complaint I've had about like one POI is that it's like it's the what's it called? It doesn't have the in its name, and I know Ben got annoyed at that. What was it called?
Sanctuary. It's just
Sanctuary. Sanctuary. That POI, it has like every time I land there, I'm like getting gray guns and then maybe a blue gun. But anywhere else I go, it's like, oh, blue floor. That's amazing, guys. Thank you for doing this. And then like I'm just like, yeah, I kind of wanted to land this POI and do something. Nope, be a bad.
Yeah, I landed the sanctuary once and immediately died to someone with a purple SMG. and I
Ben,
just
it's
said,
not called.
"No, I'm good.
It's not called the Sanctuary.
I don't
It's
care.
called
I'm
Sanctuary.
calling
It's-
it the Sanctuary. I don't
In
care."
the trailer, they said like now you can explore Sanctuary. Like that
Yeah,
doesn't make any
Just
dramatic
call it the
sense.
Sanctuary, please.
It's funny. though.
No.
I'm calling it the Sanctuary. I don't care.
They could. Well, I don't know why they didn't call it the Seventh
Also,
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Or just
the
Seven
Seventh Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
something I kind of got like afraid of is I was like, please. So like, to anyone who plays Apex, you probably know about this. So how it works is that it has like you don't get to choose what map you're gonna play. It just alternates like every few hours. So like it will first be like one map and then it will be another map and it'll like just keep switching and they have 4 maps in rotation because they have 4 like giant islands of maps to play on. So they have
Mhm.
4 of them and they rotate. And if you don't like any of them, which I don't like 2 of them, like it's the first map and the third map they introduced. And I barely play the game anymore. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, my brain's just getting confused.
That's alright.
But yeah. But so basically, if you don't like any of them, you're gonna have to wait a few hours to even like get into the map you want. So I was thinking what they were gonna do with chapter 2 or chapter 3 is that you're gonna be able to play the other map because it's just flipped. Like it's just flipped. So I'm like
Yeah, it's
confused.
just like it
Yeah,
would be kind of sucky if they rotated it, because that would
yeah.
be horrible.
The thing is, like, who
Like
would
there was
want
the
to ever
rotation.
play the Chapter 2 map after
I
this?
know that's the thing. Like, but
Like,
because
Chapter
it's
1,
not-
maybe. Like, I'd play Chapter 1 if it was an option, but Chapter 2,
maybe
I'm
though.
good.
Only
Dude.
maybe. Only on Sundays though. Well, not
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Not
still play
even.
Chapter 3 more, but I
Only
mean,
on
Chapter 1
only
would
on
at,
Tuesday.
I would at least be kind
No,
of tempted to play
Tuesdays.
Chapter 1 map if it was
Yeah.
if the option
I
was
would
there.
only play Chapter 2 on Tuesday, and specifically when there's
No,
downtime,
not
so I
Tuesday.
can't play it.
No, not Tuesday. No, not Tuesdays. Tuesday's too good.
I
Wednesdays.
can't wait to play. Oh boy,
Everyone
3 a.m.
hates Wednesdays. Oh boy, 3
Oh boy,
a.m.
3 a.m.
It's like time to play some chapter
Literally
2.
Fortnite players
Whoa.
every single update. Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Every
That's
Fortnite
literally
chapter
me every time a new update
Dude,
for Fortnite
oh I know.
drops.
You know, it'd be funny if people start like sectioning themselves off into like lovers of chapter 1 lovers, chapter 3 lovers, and chapter 3 enjoyers. Yeah, it's like just chapter 2 people
I
be like,
wonder how
"The
many
map
people are gonna say, like, because I feel like, oh, I don't know how many people think Chapter 2 is better, but I'm curious to know how many people think Chapter 1 is better.
I'd
Because
probably
I think
say
it's too
no.
early to say, but I think this has the potential to easily be the best chapter.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
I really hope they make it.
And
I
the
really
map
hope
is
they follow it.
already better than like the Chapter 1 map, in my opinion, because it has all the things that made it great, but it's not as cluttered. It's like larger, it's more expanded, and every POI gets like more room to breathe because it's way
It's
bigger.
huge. Yeah.
So
I
it's
kind of
like,
just wish there was
yeah.
more people, but
Yeah.
that's about
Again,
it.
like
I
Angels,
will
I feel like
agree.
Angels put it perfectly at the start of this podcast. Like Chapter 3 is a better evolution of Chapter 1 than Chapter 2 was.
Yeah.
It
Definitely.
feels more
Yeah.
like an evolution of Chapter 1.
It feels like the art style, like with chapter 2, it kind of improved, but this one is more like modern. It's more realistic. That's good. The weapons aren't reskins.
Oh, the
They're
weapons are
literally
awesome.
just better. They are just different weapons to spice up the loophole. Also, that leads into another thing. How will like the weapons, like how will they add weapons? Will they bring back
Yeah,
some
I was
weapons?
questioning that too.
Yeah.
I kind of
Like-
hope they just only bring out new weapons. In terms of items,
But-
I'd like to see some old items return, but
Yeah.
in terms
but,
of
like,
weapons,
yeah.
I hope at least for the rest of the season, they only bring
Or-
out like new stuff.
I
yeah.
mean, you can
Or
hope,
they
but
bring
I
new-
don't think they're gonna do that. Make
It's just
a new weapon.
I
This
feel like
is
any
probably
old I feel like any old weapons, just due to the new like art style of the weapons themselves,
Yeah.
are just gonna feel out of place.
But also, if they force
might-
themselves to do that, that will be good because then we're gonna have more interesting weapons and just have just reskins. But they could just go the route of let's reskin this item. Like, but what about the
Honestly,
flintlock?
if they
Like,
just
that
reskin something with a really cool model, I wouldn't even mind.
What
Like
Yeah,
if
like-
if they just say the
Flintlock,
pumps back, but it has like a really cool reskin, I'd be fine with that.
though? But wait, what about the flintlock? Like, what? How would that look? Would it just be get reskinned or what? 'Cause
I
it
mean, if
kinda
you
just
if you
looks
reskin the flintlock to look modern, then it kind of just ruins the whole fun of it.
yeah.
I mean,
so
the
I
item
feel
will
like-
still be fun, but I like how
I feel like
funny it looks.
Also, the red dot thing, like where it's like a AR with a red dot, isn't new, which is kind of weird. Like I was thinking about it today in school. Like it isn't new. We have the scoped AR snipers.
Yeah,
I was like-
I always think about that when people are like, bro, Fortnite's never done anything like this, and yes, I love it. Like, I think the red dot scope is
Yeah.
amazing. Like, the MK7 is
really cool.
probably my second
MK7.
favorite weapon in the loot pool.
What is
'Cause
your
my
first?
favorite,
Oh,
my favorite is the Sting sniper, or the Sting, not the
Oh.
Sting SMG.
Sting SMG. Also,
Oh,
Ben, you dropped your. I remember I was watching your first gameplay, and you dropped your your SMG for this shotgun. Like,
Well,
what
that was
up
like,
with you?
yeah, I
Are you
dropped.
meddling?
Well, that
Are
was
you?
like my third match ever.
That was your
That's-
first
that's-
game. That
That's
was
like
your
a smart
first
play
game.
though.
Oh,
'cause
the first
SMG is
game?
better.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I didn't know anything. I always drop an SMG for a shotgun in old Fortnite. Now I
Yeah, I
drop
was
shotguns
also
for SMGs.
another thing. Yeah, that's
It's
so weird
cool.
now.
It's
But
different. I like
I
it.
was watching like some people play Fortnite, and I watched Lachlan play Fortnite. And he dropped his SMG for his shotgun. I'm like, why? You don't understand. It was his like first game. Like, why? You don't understand how bad it is. No,
Yeah.
you're not meta. You're
Yeah,
so
but
not meta.
people know now. People play 3 games and they realize.
Like, damn.
I definitely think
I feel
I
like
don't,
some
I don't think
people
this is a coincidence anymore. If there's a desert on a map, like the first season a desert gets introduced on a Fortnite map, there's gonna be spray meta.
Well, what
Dude.
about
No way
season
around.
5, chapter 2, season 5? It didn't have spray meta.
It
Uh,
kind of did until the
Really?
lever action.
That
But
was kind
wait,
of just sand. and
Remember the shotguns were bad at the start of season 5, and then they
Oh
introduced the
yeah,
lever
yeah,
action. So
also,
before they introduced lever action, people kind of just used SMGs.
yeah, also
exactly.
It
Advil
wasn't as
3.
drastic as it is now, but
Yeah, but Advil 3 is a pattern. 3 is a pattern, and not 2. Get your
Yeah,
facts right.
remember when there was like the theory about
Like,
chapter 2 seasons like mimicking chapter 1 stuff, and that like got thrown
yeah,
out the window?
yeah, that
yeah,
can't
but
go
it was
I
anywhere.
really
remember like
weird
chapter 3
because
seasons started mimicking chapter 2.
but it was kind of weird for some of the seasons because they did get really like close.
Yeah, it was just a big coincidence. Because
Also,
by
Like
the
months.
looking back, like
yeah,
only a few of them, and same with the whole crew thing.
yeah,
Season
Like those
5
theories
desert,
are always
that's like
cool, but then they always get like debunked because they were just ended up being
yeah,
a coincidence.
just funny
yeah.
Which
coincidence,
was really
especially.
sad for the crew pack one, because I was really hoping they would bring out like some cool season 10 style skin or something,
Yeah, oh, that would be cool. But
or like
Right.
something like that.
what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so one thing I was, goddamn, why can't I not remember it? Hey, whatever, I can't remember it now.
Whatever. I think we
Ah,
move on to the questions here.
alright,
Yes,
alright.
yes.
I
Said
think
that
we-
like a while ago, and we
Yeah,
just kept on talking.
but that's
Oh
good.
yeah,
See, this
I have
is
more
good.
things to say. But
This
yeah,
is good for the
that was 10
content.
minutes ago. That was literally 10 minutes ago.
This is good for
or
the
13
content,
minutes.
guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the questions part of the podcast. So we have
Yeah.
a question from Mr. Samur. Sorry if I mispronounced that. They say one of the first things I thought of when I saw the chapter 3 map, I wondered what are they gonna do or what they're gonna do and add in future seasons, because we already have plenty of biomes. So my question
Yeah.
is, what do you think a future season of chapter 3 would look like or include? That's so hard for me because
That is, yeah, because
I
that's what
really
was
don't know,
wondering,
man.
too.
It's
What would they do?
I
Like-
feel like they really just gotta pull some really cool theme
Like,
and just
yeah.
stick with it,
I feel like
but I don't know
one-
what it would be.
Let's think more of like an idea for a season to then answer a question. Because like, what would they go on with the season? Like, it's very hard to predict. But my idea is a war between like the 7-mans and the IO mans. They like doing
They're
wars, I
definitely gonna
realize.
bring back IO in some way, so maybe that'll play a role in season 2.
And they have to like, I feel like this season they have to what they like what the like if you listen to some of the tapes the scientist said and also what the foundation said at the beginning of the season or chapter, whenever he was like explaining stuff to you, I think they have to like rebuild before IO gets back to this island and or gets to like this side of the island and starts like doing their thing again.
Yeah.
So they gotta like now they gotta like do also yeah IO's
Maybe it'll be
base is
like the
completely
7.
destroyed now.
I mean,
Like,
the
so
7
they-
already have like bases. I feel like the season's already kind of
But, like-
themed around the 7. If you were gonna say a theme for season 1 of chapter 3, it would be
Yeah,
I think
the
it'd be-
7, because you got the 7 bases all around. You got the sanctuary
Yeah.
kind of being like a main
Or,
spot
like,
on the map with the giant foundation
What I
statue.
what I would assume is they're starting to like they would start building up their like artillery and like bases.
Mhm.
Well, they already have bases, but like they prepare for war.
I don't
like,
know. They
have
look
high-
pretty good to me, but yeah,
They do
I
look pretty
agree.
good, but they do need to like like they're
And maybe
they're
the
out there,
last reality will come back and just destroy everyone again, and we'll die, and it'll be chapter 4.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
my
honestly,
prediction. Next
also,
season is
I
chapter
honestly,
4.
yeah, next season, chapter 4, baby.
honestly, I
And
really don't know what they can do because like
yeah, but
some
this
of
season,
I know the Seven's gonna launch a rocket in some kind to like go retrieve something,
Oh yeah.
and someone is trying to stop them, and I'm pretty sure it's IO. So I feel like they
someone.
probably will like play a big role. So
Yeah, I feel like some kind of IO theme season. I don't really want that because I feel like that would be kind of a boring theme. I don't really care for IO, if I'm
Yeah,
being honest.
that's kind of season 7.
But
Yeah,
that's
which is
kind
why I
of my
wanted to.
best prediction is an
My
IO
best,
theme season.
my best prediction is like there's like it's like a war themed season, which is really basic and boring. But
But I
I don't
think
know.
it
copying
Yeah,
would work.
Grim like usual.
yeah,
Yeah,
copying like
yeah.
usual.
They literally
It's
copied Directing Pete's event,
season
bro.
4.
At
Yeah,
the end,
no, it's like they just
Omega
start like
Pyramid.
no. What happens is instead of the live event actually happening, a TV just starts like popping up, and it just plays his like trailer. That's what happens to this event.
That would be funny.
It like
It
just
just
brings
says
you.
like we
Happens at
couldn't.
Rocky Reels.
That's why they were able to do like 3 events in a row. They were just able to, they were just able to like, just not
Yeah.
waste time on this one and just, post that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll just have to wait later in the season to really like figure that out because it's really
Yeah.
difficult to tell. And to
Also,
be honest, I don't really want to think about it because I'm
yeah.
perfectly content with the season right now and I like how it is. I don't want things to change yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I definitely want to
Well,
see some new items and some new features, but when it comes to like big giant features, like I'm really content. We don't need any giant map changes or any giant things right now, and frankly, it's kind of difficult to think
no.
of any.
Yeah, we don't need giant monsters in this game. That'd be too much.
Well, I mean,
Not no.
I think those funny little guys are gonna be pretty funny little guys. If you ask me.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Anyway, next question from Nova J is, what do you think of the terrain and nature of the Chapter 3 map? I personally love it. I think it's
Yeah.
really good.
That's
They mix Chapter
Yeah.
1, Chapter 2, and brand new Chapter 3 props, which is really cool. The
Yeah.
terrain in the desert, I
Yeah.
think, is like the standout terrain
Yeah.
on this map.
Yeah, because like the map's terrain is
Is-
definitely reminiscent of Chapter 2, and I will, but
And-
I feel like they did it way better in the mountains and part of the
Also-
jungle, and in the desert.
The
We've never
rocks
seen a
look better.
Chapter 2 desert before, but
Yeah,
in
and
Season
it
3
looks
we
really
saw
good.
it and it looks great. Yeah, it looks
Also,
absolutely
the
fantastic.
rocks and a bunch of like the foliage around just looks 10 times better to me, and I love it. But
Exactly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks
another
so
thing,
much brighter.
I really like how they're actually going with like mountains. Like I was in the desert biome and I'm just walking around in like the sand or I mean the snow, which is weird how I'm in a desert biome. I found snow, but whatever. We don't talk about that. And I'm like I just see like a mine shaft. I'm like mine shaft, Minecraft. Wait, no, this is Fortnite. And I walk into it, I'm like, oh, this is cool, bro. Like Shifty shafts V2, but
Yeah.
small,
That's
and
awesome.
incredibly small. But yeah, it's just cool because they
Lots of
added
hills
like more
too,
things.
because the sliding.
Yeah, and they like it's just really fun.
It's just great, and
Also,
all the POIs are great. The terrain's great. The nature is great. The props, like such a good mix of old and new stuff. It's just awesome.
Also,
I
now
love
I
it.
have 2 things to say. One, I don't know who this Nova J guy is. I'm just gonna say that.
Wow.
But no, number 2, I'm sorry. Number 2, the giant like the image, like there's a like the image that Advil put. I can't really show it to viewers, but like the image that put the monsters look giant. Like the monsters look giant.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. The
That's why I'm thinking it's
no.
just gonna be like you stand on them, maybe.
Yeah, but also it'd just be
But we'll
really
see.
cool if they have like loot on their backs or something. Like they have like a whole building on their back and you have to get on top of them and be like, "Ooh, yeehaw, cowboy." Or like, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be cool though, however they
So
work.
yeah. So moving on, Monkey asks, "What are your hopes for Chapter 3?" For me, I think they just gotta like I don't
Content.
need huge content right now, but
Just
just
content, though.
like continuously supply the game with enough content to keep it interesting. Not saying right now it's not interesting because it definitely is, but
Yeah.
like how long is this new season excitement gonna last? Hopefully
Yeah.
like more than 2 weeks, I'm guessing. But
Yeah.
and like the map is so crazy, like it's gonna be fun. Like they don't
Yeah.
need to change the map at all until next season, in my opinion.
I
Yes.
could
So
yeah,
just add
sure.
some new features, add some new items, add some new weapons. I think the game could really like not really use, but like if they were gonna add more stuff, a new SMG would be nice because we got like 2 ARs too
weapon
Shotguns,
attachments?
only one SMG, so a new SMG would be cool. A new
Weapon
pistol would be
attachments?
cool. A
Oh.
few old items coming back, I think, would be nice. Like some more fun and interesting
Also,
items.
just a question. The basic AR, not the MK7, the just normal AR,
the
is that
Ranger.
like the Ranger gun? Is that like a is that an AK or no? I'm pretty sure that is
It
not
feels
at
like
all.
an AK, but it feels
It
like
definitely
it's
isn't.
closest
I
to an
think
AK, but I don't think it's like a reskin of it. I think it's still
yeah, I
different.
don't think it's an AK. My friends are like, it's an AK, and I'm like, bro, it isn't. You guys are my friends.
It's
That's
like
why.
it's like this version of
Yeah,
oh,
that's
it's like this
hilarious.
map's version of the Scar, and then the
Yeah,
MK7's like this game's version of the, or this chapter's version of the, I guess, scoped AR,
but
but
like
like
better,
way
10
more
times better.
intuitive. And then also like
No.
you got the pump as the like the hunting pump or whatever it was called,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
tack is pretty
Also,
much the
if you
new
want to know how slow
the
the
auto
guns are,
firing.
oh yeah. But if you want to know how slow the shotguns are, you could double pump with them. Like you can't actually like double pump. There's still that delay, but it is physically faster than shooting 2 shots.
Yeah, which is why I
Which is
carry
so funny.
SMGs.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Shotguns kind of suck, but I
Unless you
don't
use an
think
automatic.
at
But
first I
it's
was kind of disappointed with the shotguns, but now I'm just like, well, I'll just use
feel
an SMG
realistic.
instead, and it's way more fun.
Honestly,
And
I really like the shotguns this season.
I feel
Only
like they
reason is
actually
because you get some once you kill someone, like one shot, it feels so good.
yeah,
It feels unbelievably nice. It's
it feels finely balanced. For like the like I feel like people always have there's always been a debate about shotguns. Like should they deal so much damage? Like should they be this overpowered and stuff like that? But finally there's okay.
They're
Like
just
if you
yeah,
don't
they're
like
not
them,
like
you
they're
don't
not
need
like
to
the
carry them.
most powerful weapon anymore, and I think that's a cool shift in the meta. I don't think shotguns should be the most powerful thing in the game anymore.
yeah,
I think
because we've
I think
evolved.
like SMG's reigning supreme right now is cool. I still think the Sting SMG needs a bit of a nerf,
Yeah,
but
but
please don't nerf it in the ground Fortnite. Like I am
like they do
enjoying
that
my
every
time
time.
with it as much as I can right now because I know the
Dude,
community's gonna complain about it and it's gonna
I know.
be nerfed to like oblivion, and I'm so
Fortnite
scared
needs
for
to
that.
You know what
I
Fortnite
know,
needs to
right?
do? Put their foot down sometimes. You don't need to make weapons unusable, like absolute garbage. You don't need to
Yeah,
do it.
because the SMG is
Like
so
I don't know why
fun.
people. I feel like Fortnite just hears people complaining, and then they're like, "You guys are complaining? All right, nothing. It doesn't exist anymore. You don't have a gym. It's just nothing. You know
I
how long
mean,
it takes
it's
to shoot
gotten
everybody?
better, and
Nothing."
a lot of people forget this. I bring this up sometimes.
Take it back to season
In
6.
chapter 1, no, in chapter 1, if a weapon was too powerful, if it was either overpowered or underpowered, it was gone in a week. That's just how
Yeah,
it was in
like,
chapter 1 because it was such like like the game when it just like still felt like a beta. They were
well,
really
yeah.
trying to decide what types of things they want in the game. So it's like, oh, here's a brand new double barrel. Oh wait, you guys don't like it? Okay, it's gone.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
guys.
That's fine.
Thank you guys for testing this new idea. We're gonna
Thank
take that
you.
back
Thanks
and
for your time.
see what we can do in
Yeah.
the future because that's how Fortnite
Yeah.
was back then. It was like
Yeah.
beta mode, you know? It was like
Yes, baby.
everything was they were trying to test what types of things to put in the game. So where they
And
were
they
just like, oh, here's a directional launch pad because before bouncers they had the directional pads. Oh, you
like
guys
this?
don't care for it? Okay, it's gone. But
Here's
then
a
they brought
button.
out the bouncer because they
Oh
took
wait,
that
you
idea
guys.
and rearranged it. I don't know
Wait,
what
you guys.
happened with the double barrel shotgun.
They made it the dub.
Wait, you guys don't like wall or
They made it a dub.
wait, you guys don't like the wall or you guys don't like the ceiling or wall trap? All right, it's gone. Traps now do that.
Even though
Bye-bye.
people
Yeah.
enjoyed it
Yeah.
thoroughly, I don't know why they removed
But
it.
there were
No,
other
it was too
items that
loud.
they
It
just
was
took
just
away and never
well,
added because they were just underpowered. Like
yeah.
instead of buffing
Some
them, they would just be like, "Oh, well, it's
and
gone
some
now."
items were too good, so they just removed them.
Yep.
Like I don't understand how anyone didn't like the double barrel. It was so good, and like some
Well,
people,
it was overpowered is the problem with it. That's why
I
people didn't
felt like
like it.
it was balanced. It's now
I think it was
balanced.
balanced because it was risk reward. I liked it when it was good. The fact that they nerfed it so hard and then put it in creative like that is sad because it would be
Yeah,
such a fun weapon to use in creative maps, but it's not very viable for
but
PvP maps.
another
Yeah.
thing, damn it! I keep forgetting my things I was gonna say. I had something to say.
All
Oh
right.
well.
Well, maybe we
We're
should
gonna move on to our last question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hornet
What's
asks, "What is your
what's
favorite
your favorite
POI in
POI
Chapter
in
3?"
chapter 2 or chapter 3? And how do you like it?
I like Sleepy Sounds and Coney Crossroads. I still can't choose which one I like
Sleepy's
better.
my favorite. I chose it. Sleepy's my favorite.
I think
Sanctuary, because it has the 7 there. That's it. That's really it. I don't like the
I
characters.
think mine might be Sleepy, but Coney's really good.
Also,
I don't know.
really
I like
like
Sleepy.
Coney.
It feels more like a little town. It's like a nice little town
Yeah,
because you have
I
the
really like
suburban
Coney.
area, then you have the like shopping area
Dude,
kind
it
of. Like,
literally
with the
has
mounds.
the motel.
It has
So,
a huge motel.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I haven't seen that motel so there.
I think that my main. I just haven't landed there enough to like. I like it, like I know for sure, but I just want to like get in more fights there, and I just haven't really had the chance to fight that many people there. So, maybe I'll land there quite a bit today.
Maybe.
My favorite POI, Sanctuary, mainly because it has the visitor there. He's on a little island, but that's really it. It's just it was my old main skin. Also, the NPCs there, or like the henchmen there, don't attack. And I remember Ben was like, "There gonna be henchmen there, Adriels, and you usually I'm never landing there with you." I'm like, "All right," but then they don't attack you, and Ben's like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty base."
Yeah, and now I'll go there and
Base.
kill the rock, so I can get his thing, and then put it into my tent and never use it.
Yeah,
I think I don't know why, but I really like the 7 because they get up to funny things. The scientist says some really funny things.
He's like they tried making him like a quippy Marvel here.
They get up to antics.
Yeah,
ensue.
The scientist is funny, and the visitor doesn't talk.
Just kind of like he's a mute. I like that. I was like,
I'm excited to see the other members of the 7.
Also,
mostly for their skin designs though, because I don't really care for the story. I just want to see what they look like.
Also, every single 7 member except Paradigm are here.
I'm mad. I'm mad because I never got Paradigm, so I'm never gonna be able to own all of the 7.
Yeah, same. Which is so dumb.
I don't even think Paradigm's that great of a skin, but I just regret not buying it because
it's never coming out. Literally,
it's never coming back. I'll never have all the 7.
I can't wait for them to bring it back.
It's okay.
I can't wait for them to bring it.
I'm gonna be missing the Paradigm and the visitor, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be missing Paradigm.
Dude, the 7's gonna be like once all the skins are out, it's gonna be like the hardest set to collect of all of them.
It's like
they should give them their own like unique background, like the flaming pack and the ice pack.
They should.
The 7. Part of the 7.
It's part of the 7 set, but they're not part of the 7 set. None of them are.
Really? Isn't there? Then they switched the visitor to like.
Maybe they did. Set? I don't know.
No, they created one for them.
I just don't have the. I don't have the. I feel like the Foundation is part of the WWE set.
WWE set. I can't wait for him to have an emote that's like him just putting his hand over his face, like you can't see me. Also, do you think previously they were trying to do like a rock collab, because they did have like for the Epic vs Apple thing, they had to reveal some of their collabs, and one of them was The Rock. Do you think they were like planning on doing The Rock, but then after talking to him, like, hey man, you actually could fit this guy?
I think the Foundation just was The Rock collab, and I think they're probably gonna have a WWE collab later on. Like I don't think the Foundation's gonna be The Rock's only skin.
Also,
that's just my prediction. I'm guessing there's going to be a separate one.
We're at the end of
I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but Adriel said that The Rock should get a "You Can't See Me" emote. Adriel, that's from John Cena. I hope you know that.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Sorry, I had to point that out.
Is it John Cena?
I was going to. Yeah, John Cena from the Fred movie.
Oh, is it? Wait, I'm legitimately confused. Isn't John Cena The Rock?
No, The Rock is The Rock. John Cena is John Cena.
They're different angels.
The Rock is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and John Cena is John Cena. One is like the Foundation, the other's Fred's dad.
Then who was cooking? Then what was The Rock cooking? What was The Rock cooking?
He was cooking Fortnite Chapter 3.
Obviously.
Anyway, I think that's going to be the end of today's podcast episode. We got a really good podcast today, and we're going to go play Chapter 3 and have a good time. And also, I'm going to be recording lots of footage for a video that will probably be out tomorrow.
Dwayne The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Wait, who's the guy who says I can't see?
So before Angels makes more of a fool out of himself, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're very new, and use my code Bendominator in the item shop, #Avid if you like to support me. And you can also become a member of the Axolotl Army for as low as $2.99 a month. Thank you guys so much. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Bye.